Well, it is Tuesday, June 23rd, and I'm about to go do an outside hilly run. So what does that mean when I live here in Florida? We are at the Florida mountains. This is Celery Fields, and I'm literally looking at the peak of it. It is about probably 60 feet up. It is a nice little up and down, and I am about to go do some repeats. There are a ton of people here. It looks like maybe a little girls cross country youth group or something, but we're about to go out and hit some hill repeats. I'm gonna warm up first, just kind of shake out the legs, go maybe around the little bit of a hill that we have here, and then go do some hill repeats. I'm super excited to get out and not be on the treadmill, so let's go. So, warm up, about 30 minutes of up and down the side of the hill, and just getting some nice and easy up and downhill. And now I'm gonna go do some hill repeats on the front side of this quote unquote Florida mountain. So let's go. All right, that's a wrap. I'm done. Let's look at the data. So, in my little Florida mountain, let's try that one more time. Come on, work with me, work with me. A little cracking, but that's a wrap. In my Florida mountain, ran for 1 full hour. I first started with doing some like up and back on the side of the quote unquote mountain, just to kind of shake out the legs. It is a hill, so it's a little bit of an incline, nothing super crazy, but I did that for 30 minutes. And then in the front part of the actual mountain, there is just a few like straight up and backs where you can tell people do repeats. So I decided to do 30 minutes of that. I would power hike the ups, and then I started out bombing down the downhills. I really wanted to like tire my legs out. Obviously I did it safely. I didn't like completely blow down the downhills, but I just glided, took it easy, nice and easy. And then towards the end, I really tried to slow down and like focus on my stepping a little, because obviously like later in the races, you're gonna be tired. So I wanted to like kind of stimulate like how I would be moving. I don't know if that really helped. I felt like it did. Was truly trying to like destroy my legs. So I'm interested to see how I feel later today. But in today's run, 4.59 miles, just about a 13.5 minute per mile pace. So nothing super crazy. Obviously I was working on running nice and easy up these mountains, you know, the hill here in Florida, but really wanted to like dial in, just kind of seeing where I was. So with that being said, I want to see in Florida, on a Florida mountain, I went up 1,000 79 feet, and I went down 10,020 feet. So that's pretty fucking impressive. I mean, Florida mountain, 1 hour. I'm impressed. Now, let's go on for the rest of the day. Also, I forgot, today is actually June 24th. June 24th is my sister's birthday. So I know this bitch does not watch me on YouTube. I know she doesn't pay attention on social media, but happy freaking birthday. You should watch my YouTube. Just saying. Subscribe, like, you're my freaking sister. And tomorrow is June 25th. And this just kind of shows my relationship with Kristen. All good, of course, but we actually don't know when we officially started dating. No clue. But we remember, at least I remember, our date of our first date, which was June 25th. The only reason I can remember, it was the day after my sister's birthday. But tomorrow is our 4-year anniversary, I believe. I think she would agree. It's 4 years. We always kind of say it's 1 more year than it actually is because, you know, it feels like it's been that long. But super excited to share yet another year and plenty more with my beautiful fiance, Kristen Joyce. So you better be subscribed and you better be liking this shit too. All right, so I was gonna do some videos of like me getting myself ready and like coming back from the run, and I'm like, that's kind of boring. And no one wants to probably see me eat and talk and eat, so I did not. But a little day in the life of a Liz. So I got up early this morning, ran my run. Obviously, you just watched that. And then I had some coaching calls that I had to do with some of our coaches on the Everyday Ultra team. Great to catch up. We haven't spoken in a week because we were all out at Tahoe, but it was super nice to catch up with them. And then I went straight into work and started working on some stuff for the Everyday Ultra team. And then I had some lunch and I was like, you know what, let me record this. I'm like, why? I'm sure I will one of these days, but just not 100% ready for that. But the rest of my day is going to be coaching calls and working on some personal stuff. So that's kind of the day in the life of Liz Myers and like what I do. So majority of the time my days involve running, obviously, working out, strength training. I play with my dogs a ton. And honestly, like my big thing with any type of animal is I got that animal for a reason, and I'm not going to keep them cooped up in this house. Mind you, I do obviously keep them in here quite a bit. It is super hot here in Florida, so early in the morning, like when I got back from my run, we went outside. I played fetch with my one dog for a hot minute. Franklin is high energy. We're always out there playing, and then my other dog just sits there and chews on some sticks. Then come inside, got some calls done. I took them right back outside and played with them some more, and then came in here and worked. Ate in between all of that as well. I have a call here in a few, and then I'll feed my dogs dinner. I will play with them outside again, and then I have calls for the rest of the evening. It's kind of a day in life. Typically each day, how I personally do it, I'm super OCD and kind of live my life like this, but each day I have like a specific day of work. So I have a lot of things that I'm juggling. No shame, no hate, and I feel like I manage them pretty well. But some of that is working on like Everyday Ultra stuff. Some of that is working on like writing, blogging, working on a book. Some of it is content, doing stuff like this. And then some of it too is geared around like giving family time. Something I've really been working on is like make sure my partner feels very loved and welcome, and like giving her that actual time. Reading is another thing that I should do like outside of personal life. So like I schedule everything. Sounds crazy. It's how I have to live my life. I just truly have a lot of things going on, and sometimes it's easier for me to block days for certain times. Mind you, I do not like structurally time block, which is very popular nowadays, just because I have the dogs. Honestly, I get up with them quite a bit. We have just like I guess I don't have the ability to just like sit and knock out a 2-hour session. It doesn't always happen like that. So I have a to-do list that I do every single day, and within that I try to do a little bit of like my 3 main things and then like 2 things that would be cool if I finished. And within that, you know, I look at my day, I schedule out time that I think I can get things done, and I do it. So not super crazy, you know, but it's what works for me, and I love doing it. So let's go for the rest of the day. Like I said, nothing super crazy today, but wanted to bring you along a little bit, and hopefully we'll see what the rest of this week brings. post long run. It is Friday, June 27th. I just did 3 hours on the treadmill, and yes, I'm doing my long runs on the treadmill right now. I don't want to hear the hate. You know, girl's gotta do what she's gotta do, and getting in some good vert is what I want to do. And you know, so why not do a video of me eating a little post run, because everyone likes to watch people eat, right? All right, so let's talk about this treadmill run. So increments of about anywhere from the lowest 5 minutes to as high as 15, I think 20 minutes here and there. And it just varies. It's like rolling hills on a treadmill. So I go 1%, 5% decline. My treadmill does go to -3. And then this run was meant to be like a little bit on the easier side, not so much running, a little more power hiking in it. So we did some inclines, and I will say I saw it and I'm like, oh gosh, like 7% incline is not that much of an incline for me. I feel like I could easily run that 7%. I have been easily running it. So I did reach out to Joe and was like, hey, do you want me to actually power hike all of this? You know, what are you thinking? And he told me if you want to increase it, you can. So I did. So some of the power hiking, like it says 7, pretty sure I did 9. When it said 9, I'm pretty sure I did 11. When it said 11, I did 13. So I increased it just a little bit, nothing too crazy, kept the effort nice and easy. But again, kind of starting all over. I'm sorry for you, anyone paying attention. Like, yeah, you know, got to start all back over. But it was flat, 1%. Then it would be incline, 5%, decline, -3%. Incline power hike, I went to 9%. I would run flat, then do another incline, then a running incline about anywhere from, I think, 6 to 8, it looks like. Then decline, 3%, that's all it goes. Incline, I did at 13%. Incline run at 8%. I ran flat, then did an incline power hike. I did, I believe, at 9%. And then another decline to finish it out. And again, it would range anywhere from the low of 5 minutes to 20 minutes max in intervals. So it started out 15, 15, 5, 15, 15, 20, 10, 15, 10, no 20, oh that's another 20. Then 10, 5, 15, 10 to finish. So super productive. I finished out with, I actually didn't save this correctly. I'm super bummed about it. So let me go back to this and see what it says. So I finished right about 13.75 miles, which was a 13:06 minute per mile pace. Lots of power hiking in there. Felt really, really, really good. It was a 3-hour run, and yeah, just super pumped and super excited to see, you know, how all this plans out. I've never done a Verti race. I'm very interested to just go out there and seriously like be in the suck for a really long time. And that's why we do all these races. I was literally just talking to someone that has just ran Curl Drill, shout out to Andrew Redden, and he realized that some of this actual race of H9 is on that course, and I was like, awesome, because like I'm kind of thinking about doing that race next year. He's like, oh my gosh, it was, you know, it was crazy. It was so good, but so bad at the same time. And you know, I was just like, I really wanted to put myself in discomfort, because I felt that in my 200. I felt very good, very comfortable, like leg-wise, fitness-wise, amazing. It's the mental side that kind of got to the best of me. So why not go do something outside my comfort zone, not flat running, and go run some hills. So I'm super excited to see what that is and what that entails. And yeah, just, you know, continue to eat my breakfast here for everyone here. This is a bagel with some cream cheese, because I'm not super hungry after a big effort. Sometimes my belly does some little like, you're not hungry yet. So we got this. I got some protein and some creatine in here. And then I also got some coffee. Cannot forget the coffee. Coffee, yes. And I will say, it's 2:15 in the afternoon and I'm drinking coffee. I know, I have a problem. And look who's back. He's back to say he wants some food. But here he has a snack, so he doesn't get any. And if you don't know, I have a Substack where I post all of my training. I post everything I do, from strength training, running obviously, and then I've been trying to add, like, I do random sauna mobility things, and I was literally just having this conversation with another coach of mine, and No, he's on this side picking. So he's always picking, always picking. But I literally just had this conversation with my coach, or another coach on the Everyday Ultra team, and we were talking about like, I don't have the ability sometimes to literally just like knock out a 20-minute, let's go do some mobility, but I have 5 minutes between a call, or I have, you know, I don't know, 10 minutes while I'm out here doing the dishes, or something weird that like I can roll on my feet, or one thing I do all the time, I take my doggers outside and then I go out and do some crazy mobility work in my backyard, and it's just out of convenience. So it's not everything's like dialed in. It's just like, hey, my hip flexor is killing me, which does happen quite a bit, and I'm just gonna sit there and do some stretches for it, and that's what I do. So I don't have anything like set in stone, and it's not, you know, probably the best part, but it's the part that I can actually do, and which is why I do it that way. But you know, it's nothing ever that I like track and really write down. So when I do that, I try to write it down. But anywho, back to the training plans. I'm very open about what I do. There's no secrets. You know, if I have a bad run, I'll talk about it, or I'll make a YouTube video about it and post about it. So, you know, it's just being very open and honest about like what my training looks like, because at the end of the day, I'm very much just your average runner out here, grinding all day long. I am a coach on the Everyday Ultra team as well, and I have podcasts, and I have YouTube, and I'm writing a book, actually 2 books to be honest, and I have a blog on Substack, and I'm hoping to have a website soon, coming soon, and on that website post everything and anything that I'm reading, a newsletter. So if you're interested, shoot me a DM on social media, on Instagram, or email me on my email on the link below, and let me know that you'd be interested in some of the stuff I'm going to send out in a newsletter. And also have potentially like another thing up my sleeve of starting something new. So many things going on, and I love it. Just like I love crewing and pacing and helping others. I will be going out to Badwater here soon. Super excited for that, and you know, just doing everything I can to stay on top of everything, and also dialing in my training. Training is super, super important. I know I had a rough go, couldn't get my shit together. My shit is dialed in. I'm feeling so good. I am so ready to go and demolish H9. So I wanted to really share like what I was doing as a Florida runner. Oh, he's getting close to my food. But I wanted to really share what I was doing as a Florida runner to get ready for H9, what my coach has been having me train to do, and like everything I'm doing outside of like the runs, everyday life, and yeah, just sharing my journey. So I, as always, appreciate all the love and support. Do not forget to like and subscribe, and let's see what the rest of this week looks like. So just a heads up, tomorrow, Western States. Super, super excited. I will actually not be able to watch it from home. I will be out at Pride with my partner, and I already told her like I'm gonna have my headphones on, and I'm probably gonna have the phone up and secretively kind of watching this race from whatever and wherever we are, but super excited to see what happens this year. I think it's gonna be spicy. I'm really, really excited. I honestly don't have many opinions about the win. I think Riley Brady is going to win it for female, and I'm on the fence about the men's. I'm really on the fence. I do think Killian is going to win. So super excited to kind of see how that goes and to follow along. So let's get into the rest of this day and or week. Always bacon. Here comes the other one. Here comes the other one. Oh, these really chubby. Yes, I do have 2 dogs, believe it or not. I know I always talk about my one. This is my baby. This is my baby. But oh, Finn, where are you going? That one over there is still, he's the greatest, but he's just a bum. He's lazy. He is literally going to lay back down because I will not give him my food. So, more power to him. Another celery Florida Mountain trail run today, and this time I went on the backside of the hill and did some hill repeats. Well, I started on the front like normal, long ways, went to the back, did some longer-ish hill repeats. Then on the side I found a very up and down, straight, just nice little hill. Did some repeats there, and used the trekking poles today. So Not too sure if I'm gonna use them. I think I'm going to, but I wanted to get out there and use them like in some grassy terrain, because believe it or not, I haven't yet. Every time I've used my poles, it's been like in Arizona or out in Tahoe, or Bishop too. So I was like, you know what, let me just take it out there and see how they work here. Same, I don't know why I was like worried about that, but it's also nice to get out the poles and see if I like them or not. So they're very useful. I'm sure I'm gonna need them for H9, and I actually don't think I'm allowed to use them for the Barkley Fall Classic, but they could be beneficial. So I'm gonna take them, I'm pretty sure, we'll find out, but a little bit on the data. So this was just an hour run with some strides at the end, and on hilly terrain, obviously. I took my time. I wanted to like really focus on just like maneuvering up and down the vert that I could get out here. So 4.89 miles, just over 1 hour of running. It was a 12:36 minute per mile pace, and I got 997 feet of gain. Let's see what I got in the sense of descent. Did I do just about the same? I got 998. So very, very happy with this. Not as steep as last time I was here, which was I think Tuesday, but also like the backside is not as steep. So I did 20 minutes on the side, 20 minutes on the back, and then 20 minutes on the other side. So well, probably 15 minutes on the other side, and then came up front to get some strides in. So really happy with the performance, really happy with the run, feeling really good, ready to go eat. So I'm gonna go do that. And before I go, I just need to talk a little bit about Western States 2025. Boy, was that wild. And not in like a bad way, but two amazing male runners, Caleb and Chris, who, not to say we're no names, but we're not highly picked to win, came out and demolished this course. Then Killian, of course, being Killian, doing amazing as well. But I think this just goes to show like how much the sport is changing, and not only for like your average type runner like myself, but like any runner out there, you know, like the game is only getting higher. And not to mention the female, oh my gosh, don't even get me started. It was an amazing race. Female, male. I was up late last night, got up early this morning to go run, and I was not disappointed. I wasn't mad. It is literally still going on right now, and I'm gonna go catch the last half of it, or what I can of it, and enjoy my Sunday. But this sport is changing in so many good ways, and I love it. Not only for the sense of like what people are doing with their bodies, pushing them to the extremes. I love it. I think that's what we're meant to be doing in this world, not sitting and watching TV or watching this YouTube channel, but you know, continue watching all of my episodes. But getting out there and getting motivated, getting driven. So you watch all the shit on the way, or you listen to the videos or the podcasts or all of that to get motivated, to get driven, to get that little bit of inspiration, and then you go out there and do the damn thing. So I am just so excited to see what this sport comes to, and honestly I'm so excited to see what I can do, because that's really what it boils down to, is like what you can do. So what can you do? Go find out. Go push yourself. Not every single day, because that's just, you know, written to be an injury thing, but go out there, train your ass off, train your heart out, and go give it all you got. Let's see what we can do as humans. Let's see what we can do. And females, go out there and go beyond what everyone has always told us we can do. Fuck that. Let's go.